Whatever, I don't care. We do it.
Yes, 2.
2.
2. Yeah.
And then 2 again.
Yep. Yeah. 2. 2.
Yeah.
I heard "We Will Rock You," which is also a good option.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, wow. Shabbat shalom. All right. That is here. That is there. No, that is here.
Yeah, love it.
And this shall be here. This is going
And this
that
is
way.
here. And that is
This
this is the
Okay.
Feel better? Okay, so
Too much stuff.
okay.
Is there sorry. Yeah, but That's for that. Where's yours? Do you not have music for anything? Or just use mine? Is that what's happening?
I'm using yours.
Okay. Okay, good.
Can I use yours?
Yeah.
I didn't plan.
That's yours.
Do you need it?
No.
We good? We got it? We're set.
I'm solid. I'm gonna. Do you want me to play along with this or just sing?
You're fine to do it. You know I'm indecisive. Both of us are, and that's the.
I don't struggle with making decisions.
When you're by yourself.
No, my struggle is I generally don't care about a lot of things.
And if there are people who do care, I would rather they choose.
No,
because
that's
they
no,
care.
but that's the same thing I do. I'm not. That's
So when I am alone, I
I'm
can be decisive
No,
because it doesn't really matter.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Solve that.
I told you the rule. Simple. That's
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
That was the.
Do you have enough space?
I have. No, we like to be close to each other, so it's all good.
Great. Cool.
Let's do it. Okay. You start.
Loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go.
Join with us on that.
Loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Let's do that again. Loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Holy breath and holy name. Will you ease this pain? Holy breath and holy name. Will you ease this pain? Loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat.
I'm Keith Kedover. It is my pleasure to welcome you tonight on behalf of the TBT board. I know you, Mike.
With the live stream.
I'm loud enough. I think you can probably hear me, you know. Anyway, so welcome again. I'm Keith Kedover, member of the board, here to just welcome you for tonight. Wonderful to have Michaela here and listen to her beautiful music. And if you need anything, or you have any questions, I'm going to be sitting right over there. So please come and find me. I'll be happy to help you. And just a reminder that tomorrow after services, we have our new member welcome luncheon. So please come and welcome those who are new to our community. And other than that, enjoy your Shabbat and Shabbat Shalom again.
Brought that.
Oh,
Should I pull it up? Is it worth it?
it's lovely. I like it.
I I talk about how the things that I have learned from Reverend Merrill. And at Amy's Amy Thorne's memorial service a few weeks ago, he was looking up something on his phone and did not hesitate to take the time needed to find the right thing on his phone. So that's what I just did. That's my learning from Reverend Merrill. Always learning from him. Shabbat Shalom. I am Rabbi Molly. This is Rabbi Dusty. This is Michaela Goodkin. We all grew up at TBT. I was going to say Michaela grew up at TBT. Well, we all grew up at TBT. If you are newer and don't know Michaela, then you will soon learn what a delight it is to have Michaela with this Shabbat. This has been a hard week, as it turns out many weeks are in this world we're living in right now. And I know that many of you are deeply connected to people in Los Angeles and you may yourself be personally affected or have people in your lives that are very personally affected by all the fires that have been carrying on, and that has been weighing on our hearts this basically entire week and continues to. A few days ago at the board meeting, I shared a prayer written by Rabbi Karen Kadar that I'm going to use as a way to help us create some space around knowing that is happening, and that that is something that makes thinking about this past week hard, and we're not letting go of that pain, but just sort of thinking about how we hold that pain and move into Shabbat. Rabbi Nemitov always talks about how we go from Kaddish to Kiddush, and our whole lives are intermingling joyous things with hard things. So we will still celebrate Shabbat with joy, and also can't ignore the pain that's happening right now. So this is a prayer written by Rabbi Karen Kadar. It's called To the God of Creation. Creator of the universe, whose name is love and compassion, and whose essence is wisdom, divinity, purpose. We cry in anguish. We are submerged in doubt and fear. Help us to hold the suffering of the world and offer a compassionate hand. God of mercy, be gentle with our pain and doubt. Help us as we struggle with confusion and loss, darkness, cold, fear, hunger, thirst. Protect us. Creator of the universe, we offer gratitude for the blessings, for survival, for the graciousness of strangers, and for heroic acts that abound. Grant us strength, resilience, fortitude, hope, and faith. And we can say together, Amen. We're going to, with that, transition into lighting our candles to officially welcome in Shabbat. I'll invite Rabbi Dusty to do the lighting. I know you're not old enough yet, Kayla. I'll meet you in the middle. You can help us with Kiddush. Too soon.
Sometimes Shabbat needs a little extra.
It's like, yeah, not ready yet. That's fine. We're almost there. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzion we'll join together in our blessing over the juice, page 5, Kiddush. Do you want to come help? Yeah. All right. In the spirit of our mingling of joy and hard things, before we say the blessing and drink, does anyone have a simcha or anything joyous that happened to you this week? Any milestones hit? Yes, Johanna. Jean's birthday, and she turned 14? 15. Happy birthday. Marnie? Woohoo, thank God. Medication that actually helps with symptoms, hooray. Yeah. Glad, yeah. Yeah, Natalie. New connections with new people, nice, Mike.
My cousin in LA, they did have an evacuation order, and they called it off.
Oh, wow, yeah. Called off evacuation orders, yeah.
I want to thank the board for approving the funding for our gardens. So we're going to have a wonderful set of gardens for this season.
Rebuilding our gardens, yes, absolutely. Eli?
My school choir something like that, and we got people from the elementary school, and we're trying to like get them to join choir next year, and we just had a record of the most people that joined.
Oh, wow, nice. I'm sure it's because of you and your singing. Amazing. Choir concerts, bringing in new generations. Any other simchas, joyous things? All right, Miss Kayla, you ready? Kayla, are we doing the long one or the short one? You didn't care about that dress, did you?
Long version or short version?
Long or short? What can she do? Long. Oh, okay, long.
Here we go.
Sorry, Kayla said. All right, page 5. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzon banu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hikli lanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom tehillah lemikra'e kodesh zeher letziat mitzrayim ki vanu v'acharta v'yotamnu kidashta mikol amim v'shavat koshecha v'ahava uvratzon hinhaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashavat. Give you permission to take the whole thing down. Oh, wow. Not so. Yashkach. All right, we're going to turn to page 12. Join together in some of the words of Psalm 95. L'chuna ranana. L'chuna ranana.
Yai
that was such a wonderful welcome that you just gave Harmony, Kayla. If everyone could learn from that interaction as we welcome the Sabbath bride's going to feel really welcome. So, page 20, channel your
knock the Sabbath
extra, maybe don't knock her over, but welcome her with lots of joy.
Right. Verses? Yeah.
Oh.
1, 2, 5, 9. Yeah.
Maybe not all of them. 1, 2, 5, and 9.
Yeah, all the numbers. Okay. All right. Ready? Yeah.
Lecha dodi, likra kala, ene Shabbat, nekavela. Lecha dodi, likra kala, ene Shabbat, nekavela. Shamor bezachor v'dibur echad, Yishmianu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad, V'shemo tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi, likra kala, ene Shabbat, nekavela. Lecha dodi, likra kala, ene Shabbat, nekavela. Likra Shabbat lechu lenachal, ki mekor haberacha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'shvat tehila. Lecha dodi, likra kala, ene Shabbat, nekavela. Lecha dodi, likra kala, ene Shabbat, nekavela. Hitoreri, ki ba'orech u'mihuri, uri, shir dameri, kevod Adonai alayim nigla. Lecha dodi, likra kala, ene Shabbat, nekavela. Lecha dodi, likra kala, ene Shabbat, nekavela. Boi v'shalom aterem ba'ol, gam v'simcha u'tzola, tov emunei am segula. Boi chala, lecha dodi, likra kala, ene Shabbat, nekavela. Lecha dodi, likra kala, ene Shabbat, nekavela.
Continue on page 28. We'll remain standing as we transition into our prayer service with our call to worship. Baruch Hu.
Do
be seated. Continue welcoming in our evening, which has perhaps already arrived for us. The words of Ma'ariv, Aravim.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bivaro ma'ariv aravim bechokma, poteach sharim, ובפניו משנה איתי, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים, במשמרותיהם מרקיע כרצונו. בורא יום ולילה, בורא יום ולילה, כולל אור מפני חושך וחושך מפני אור, ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה. אדוני צבאות שמו. חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים. אמן.
Page 33. We'll offer the words in the middle of the page together. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works, and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kero Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kero Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
ושיננתם גבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ופומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך ותחתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך ולעם תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Did they do the last 3 ones? No? Ready?
Yeah. Page 40. Micha Mocha.
Right?
Let's do it.
Let us.
Let's have some freedom. Go. Sorry. In a moment, we'll continue on page 42 with Hashkivenu. As we were preparing for this service this evening, and by preparing I mean I was eating dinner right there as they were preparing. I was just listening to each of the melodies that they chose for tonight, and I told Rabbi Molly it's Dusty's greatest hits night. Like, you chose every single one of my favorite melodies, and this particular melody, which we sing all the time, but this is the Hashkivenu that we use at home at bedtime, and so it has become even more special in this past year. We will not succeed in putting her to sleep right now, but would that we could.
Bring her in, Jeff.
So on page 45, so the words in the middle of page 45 are words that I first learned when I arrived at college. It was part of the Santa Barbara Hillel, this is what you say every single week, and I'd never known these words before, and I found them quite annoying as an 18-year-old. But you become really used to the things you say every week, and so they became fond for me. But I also never knew, until much, 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 much later, that someone had made them actually way more beautiful by putting them to music. And so we are going to pray these words, and then we are going to transition into the Amidah. So you may choose. If you feel prepared now, you may rise, or as we transition into the Amidah, in the midst of our melody, you can choose to rise then. It is up to you, but we'll begin on page 45.
A thought has blown the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat has arrived in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night, and eternity honors a day, and eternity honors a day. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh Hakol Atah V'Shia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Marid HaGashem, Mechakel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechayeh Hakol B'Rachamim Rabim, Samech Noflim V'Rofech Holim, U'Matir HaSurim, U'Mekayem Emunato, L'Shenei Afar, Mihamoch Al Gevurot, U'Midom Elav, Melech Me'mit U'Mechayeh, U'Matzliach Yeshua, V'Ne'eman Atah L'Hayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. ata kadosh v'shem hakadosh v'kadoshim v'ho yom yahalu chasala Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
May be seated. We're going to turn now to page 56, where it would say, take some time now for a silent prayer using either the words of the Siddur or just spending a little time with your own thoughts and prayers, and we'll join back together on page 62 for our prayer for peace, Oseh Shalom. We are going to take a moment in our service to ask for strength and healing for everybody who is in need of those things. On page 253, the words to Misha Barak are there. We are going to be singing in a version of our prayer for healing that actually the words don't actually really appear on this page, so that's okay. It is mostly English, but the good news is you just repeat everything that we sing. Actually, Michaela will sing, I'll repeat it with you. And the Hebrew phrase that we join together in is Ona Rafan Allah, which is the phrase that comes from the Torah when Moses is crying out to God, asking for healing for his sister. So, that is the only Hebrew that you will need to know for this. And in a world where there is so much hurt and pain, sometimes it's both hard and helpful to focus in on the people that we know and the people who are struggling. As a congregation, we are praying for the healing of Jacqueline Tara Smith, Deborah Rose, Eileen Kreisman, Ronnie Haber, Ellen Gottlieb, Vanessa Bianco, Paul McCready, Glenn Lutz, Carl Wilhite, Ginny Gaston, Cindy Balin, Patty Newby, Joe Giordano, Brian Ward, Joshua Kornblue, Joe Dover, Christina Marie Lindsay, Janine Morris, Ron Louie, Sally Wildison, Marnie Good, Sylvia Angel, Marion Laird, Sheldon Robert, William Stengler, Lisa Bush, Patricia Barber, Adrian Heelander, Kyle Asadorian, Nancy Gersman, Paul Norris, Barbara Esselstein, Stephen Thrasher, Julie Dorfman, Avery Assero, Connie Shane, Laura Halper, Alan Schwartz, Kendra Lorch, and Elizabeth Simons. And invite, if you are on the live stream, please share in the chat if you're here in the congregation and want to add the names. We are, of course, thinking about everyone who is affected by the fires in Los Angeles. We are, within that larger sphere, also thinking about the Jewish communities that have lost their spiritual homes in addition to their regular physical homes. And if there are people who you specifically know who are affected by the fires, you can share their names and any other names of other loved ones that are in need of healing, and your own name if you are yourself someone who is in need of healing.
Dear God of our ancestors, help us renew our faith. of life, this precious gift of El Na Rifana La Rifana Lanu. El Na Rifana La Rifana Lanu.
As part of my secular New Year ritual, I like to go through each month, one at a time, and write down the most memorable moments from that month. For me, this exercise requires scrolling through my photos in my phone in order to remember the memorable moments in the first place. And I'm always surprised by how much I am surprised by when I look back at the year. Our brains can't hold on to each experience we have, nor should they. And beyond that, the experience itself changes over time. We rarely know which moments are going to change our lives or our outlooks on the world. And even when we can anticipate a change of some sort, I knew becoming a parent would change my life. There's no way to know how those moments will change us or what about those moments will end up being pivotal. This week's Torah portion is full of conclusions. Vayechi marks the conclusion of the book of Genesis, and it is also in these final chapters that both Jacob and Joseph die. While most biblical characters experience a number of dramatic twists and turns throughout their lives, Jacob and Joseph's really take the cake. Jacob tricks his brother not once but twice, flees home to avoid his brother's wrath, falls in love, gets tricked himself by his uncle into marrying the wrong girl, eventually marries the right girl, fathers 13 children, negotiates a tricky reunion with his brother, mourns the supposed death of his favorite son, relocates 3 to 4 times over the course of his lifetime, and so on, and so on. I imagine him looking around on his deathbed, reunited with his not actually dead son in Egypt, yet another land not his own, and thinking, wow, how did I get here? Jacob's son Joseph, his story is no less dramatic. Over the course of his life, he ping-pongs from favored youngest son to slave, to prisoner, to wealthy and powerful leader in Egypt, and winds up as provider for the same family that sold him into slavery back in his youth. But while I can imagine Jacob looking around entirely flummoxed by how he got from point A to point Z, Joseph's understanding of his own trajectory and destiny was always clear. From his earliest dreams, he was powerful and important. And many years later, after his father has died, when his brothers come to him fearing that Joseph will retaliate against them for their past transgressions, he allays their fears, saying, Hashavtem alai ra'ah, Elohim hashavat letova. Although you intended me harm, God intended it for good. And now look what has been made possible. And then Joseph points out all the good that has only been possible because he wound up in Egypt, which only happened because his brothers sold him into slavery in the first place. Perhaps some of us have a lot of Joseph in us. Clear trajectories, deep faith, the ability to wait out the traumatic experiences of our lives in the service of becoming the people we always dreamed we'd be. But I'd venture to guess that for most of us, the trajectory of Jacob's lives, though hopefully with less dramatic twists and turns, rings true. We make choices in our lives that lead us down a particular road, or something happens to us, or someone we love that sends us down a particular road, or world events upend the entire map, and we find ourselves paving entirely new roads. And once in a while, we look up from whatever path we're on and say, wow, how did I get here? One of my favorite questions to ask people who did not grow up in Seattle is simply, how did you end up in Seattle? And while often the answer has to do with work or family, totally valid reasons, one congregant recently told me, I grew up in Nova Scotia and visited here in 1962 for the World's Fair, and then I just never left. Now, the reason she stayed may have had something to do with meeting the love of her life, but that never would have happened if she hadn't decided to travel across the continent for the World Trades Fair, or for the World Fair in the first place. Our lives are full of pivotal moments. Some moments are memorable because they are joyful. The quick, deep connection we feel when we meet people who we know are going to be important in our lives. The awe and grandeur of experiencing nature in all her glory. The arrival of a baby or marriage of two beloveds. Other moments are pivotal because they are devastating. Generations can tell you where they were when they learned of JFK's assassination, the Challenger explosion, the destruction of the World Trade Center on 9/11. For thousands of people in Los Angeles, and many of the people who are part of those people's networks, which includes so many of us here, the fires of this past week will become part of their story. And many moments do not feel pivotal at all until we look back on them years and sometimes decades later. It is, in fact, impossible in the moment to know how or in what way that moment is going to be meaningful. Ruben Arkilovich, the Vice President for URJ Camps and Immersives and former director of Camp Newman, and thus a former boss of mine, noted online that today marks 8 years since he began his vegan journey, a path that was inspired by the emotional aftermath of the 2017 Tubbs fire. He writes that in the wake of the fire, which destroyed the majority of Camp Newman's physical footprint, he says, a dear friend and my coach suggested that I perform a spiritual authenticity ritual to begin the healing process, and in that spirit, I embraced a vegan lifestyle for a couple of weeks, and I never looked back. This shift has been one of the unexpected gifts of the devastating Tubbs fire. That's so random. There's no way Ruben could have anticipated what the destruction and loss he experienced in the wake of that fire would lead to. And there's no way any of those impacted by the LA fires this week can anticipate how this experience will affect them. There will be meaning to be made, but that meaning need not be made yet. So what do we do when we find ourselves, like Joseph, in a dark pit with no agency, or like Jacob, tricked out of the love of his life, or later mourning the death of his child, or like so many this week, suddenly stripped of all they call home? We let ourselves be present. We try to let go of our attempts to shape our future before it has arrived. We grieve losses and give ourselves permission to pause on whatever path we're on, to sit down in the middle of the road and look around before taking a next step. And only when we gather this energy and the strength, we look for a little hope, or if you're a Joseph-inclined person, perhaps a little faith, that tomorrow will not necessarily be better or worse, but that it will be different. And that someday, many years from now, surrounded and supported by loved ones, having lived a full, eventful life, we each might get to look around and say, wow, how did I get here? Shabbat Shalom. We'll continue with the words of Aleinu L'Shabeach, page 283. Please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'adeitu l'alter breshit, shehu samchalkenu le'achad et shemo, le'kor aleinu l'hamlich malchut
may be seated. Our thoughts turn now to loved ones that we've lost either at this time in past years or in the last 30 days. This Shabbat, we are, as a community, mourning the recent loss of Devet Abkowitz, the mother of Jan Abkowitz, and mother-in-law to Rich Miller, grandmother to Jeslyn and Evan. We remember Bud Gordon, father of Brian Gordon, father-in-law to Beth and grandfather to Hannah. We remember Eric Meltzer, brother of Patty Newby. We also mourn the recent loss of Forrest Wood, grandfather of Joseph Heineman. We remember Amy Thornton, sister to Fred and Michelle Cohen, cousin to Larry Asher and Marcia Dare. And we remember Vipin Gupta, the husband of Corin Goodwin's dear friend. This Shabbat, we also mark the art sites of loved ones that we lost at this time in years past. We remember Debbie Kaplan, Katie Kay, Theodore Hollingsworth, Anna Brunk, Laurent Farino, Abram Neymark, Michael H. Paul, Eddie West, Rand Ganuni, Benjamin Weiss, Barbara Zussman, Irma Patrick, Evelyn Spear, Helen Arenwald, David Bellin, Samuel Glazer, Edith Perlmutter, and Roberta Tuvey. If there are other names you'd like to add to our Kaddish list, if I mispronounce a name and you can correct it so we can hear it said correctly, I invite you to rise in your place, share nice and loud. If you're online, please share in the live stream. I invite you to rise. If you are able, we'll stand together as one community. So we join together on page 294, the words of Kaddish Yatom. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach yortei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chayei dekol Beit Yisrael, ba'gala u'v'zman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekucha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mamav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high create peace for us, for all Israel, for the whole world. Say together, amen. You may be seated. Oseh shalom b'mamav, one more blessing before we finish. Yeah, go get it. It's like Alice and Milo. They can't enjoy anything without the other one there.
All right, you ready to pull huh? Almost. Oh, perfect. All right, let's go.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei everyone. Thank you for being here, Michaela.
Thank you for having
Shabbat
me.
shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Watch out for that fire. Hope you will stay for the oneg. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.